All right. Awesome. Thank you. I love applause. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. And thank you for braving this miserably hot day. 80% of life is showing up and you're here, so thank you for that. So today we're going to talk about networking. How many of you are networking multiple places? Please say yes. Okay, good. We're going to talk about networking and how it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Did you know this? It doesn't work. So let's talk about it for just a moment here. I have a hammer that hangs in our garage, okay? And my dad gave me this hammer. He built 2 houses with it, and a deck, and a barn. But he gifted me this hammer. It has hung in my garage on the pegboard, and it hasn't as much as built me a bookshelf. It doesn't work. I have a treadmill in my house. You'd walk past it every day, even hang your clothes on it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So is it really these things that don't work? Or are we not working them, right? So let's look at networking. So there's a lot of organizations that I'm about to share with you, several of them actually. So let's talk about BNI, Master Networks, LaTip, Gold Star, Chamber, Rotary, Network After Work, First Thursdays, LinkedIn, NIA, and Accelerated Global Connections. None of them work. They don't work. Like, have you ever met that person? Like, I did BNI, it didn't work. I did the Chamber, it didn't work either. I tried Rotary, it doesn't work. I did AGC, it doesn't work either. All those organizations are great organizations, and they will serve you well if you work them. You just met someone that nothing seems to work for them. So what you really want to know is how to stand out in a crowd, right? You want to know in a sea of people how to really stand out and get noticed, okay? So my job tonight is to give you some tools, some things that you might be able to use to grow your business while you're networking so that you are able to stand out in that crowd. So first off, most people come to a networking event like this and you're hoping to meet the right people. So if you came here tonight and you hope to network with the right people, raise your hand if you would. Absolutely, we all did this, right? So I'm going to teach you something because that's the average, right? Everyone comes to an event hoping to meet the right people. But the most successful networkers bring the right people to an event. So what I mean by this is we give you 7 events a month. We're just one organization. Think about all the other organizations. If I was going to a Chamber event tomorrow night, I would invite you 5 of you here to attend it and go with me, be my guest. Let me introduce you around. If you're going to the next AGC event, anybody going on the boat next week? Invite someone to attend with you. So you want to network with your target market. You want to network with your potential customers. You want to network with your current customers so you're staying in front of them. You want to network with your referral partners so you get more referrals. You want to network with your potential referral partners. It's up to you to put them in the room so that when you arrive, you know you're going to have the right conversations. You know you're going to network with the right people because you invited them to attend. Okay? This will serve you everywhere you go. All right. The thing about networking is consistency. Like, you have to be consistent. Have you ever met someone that they went to the gym once? Right? I tried that. A few of you. No, seriously, like I even did it for a month. It doesn't work. Or I have a gym membership and I've had it for over a year and I go occasionally. Do you think you're going to get the results that you really want? It's the same in networking, right? So if I'm attending events and I'm doing them regularly and I'm being consistent, you're going to be in front of the same people, you're going to be meeting new people every time, and you're going to be growing your business consistently. If you attend something and go, well, I just didn't meet the right people, or I didn't get any business that night, and you let it go and you skip an event, and then you skip another event, and then you skip another event, and pretty soon it's completely not in your, it's just not in your regular habits anymore, right? So consistency in networking is the key to new business. So let's talk about the difference in networking and network, right? So networking, attending events like this, right? So you're meeting lots of people. There's 20-some people here tonight. You're having great conversations in the room. And how many of you belong to some type of network? Anybody in a network? Okay, so the difference, right? Networking, big event style. Network, usually small meeting, really high trust, right? We offer both inside AGC. So we offer events like this. We do 7 of those a month. And then we have the AGC pods where you can develop that local small network to bring your referrals to. So when you're a part of a network, you have 2 responsibilities. Number 1, bring referrals back to your network. If you're not doing that, you may not be able to stay because that's your responsibility to bring referrals back. But if it is the only place you're networking, you're going to struggle to do that. Where are you going to find all these referrals? The other thing is you must bring visitors, right? Because you want to grow your network. And if it's the only place you're networking, where are you going to find these visitors? And so we provide roomfuls of people for referrals and visitors. And we hope you consider an AGC pod. So when you're in the room tonight, I think this is the thing they don't teach in college. And that is that, hey, you need to go out and do networking is the leading thing that's going to generate business for you. And then we go to the room and we're, passing out cards like water, and we're selling to the room, and we wonder why we're not getting results. How many of you love to be sold to? Yeah, no one, right? No one wants to be sold to. No one wants that experience. And so networking is not about selling. Networking is about cultivating relationships. It is all about relationships. So you use this event not to sell to the people in the room, but to start a conversation, to start a relationship. Because it's really about getting to trust. And you're not going to do that at this event. It's what happens between the events that make all the difference. So, quick sidebar. I had a member of AGC that contacted me. It's been, it was probably 7 or 8 months ago now. And he said, hey, I'm not planning on renewing my membership. I said, okay, I get it. Let's explore this a little bit. Tell me why. He said, I'm just not getting any business from this. I said, well, I see you at events. Like, I see you attending. I see you meeting people. Are you meeting people that could potentially buy from you? Oh, yeah, lots of them. Are you meeting people that could potentially refer you? Lots of them. So tell me what you do between the events. How many appointments did you set? How many one-to-ones? How many coffees? None. 0. So he wasn't doing what it took between the events to make the membership work for him. And by the way, that applies anywhere you're networking. So if you're invested in a network somewhere, it's what happens between the meetings and what happens between the events that's going to make you successful or not. And so you have to do what happens between the events. It's really about helping others, by the way. So how many of you know someone here in the room you've met before? Okay. This can make you a connector, which is a really powerful thing to do for someone. I did this actually earlier tonight. Michael Seacrest happens to be my insurance agent. He's here tonight. And so I introduced him to a friend, Alex, who's also a realtor. And I said, hey, this happens to be my insurance person. This is my close friend who's a realtor. You guys may have some opportunities to do business together. So my service that night was about helping others tonight in the room, about connecting others. So look around the room when we go back to networking and go, who can I connect? Who can I introduce to one another? And it will serve you, because if you help enough other people get what they want, they'll help you get what you want. It is about seeking referrals. So when we're talking about not selling, it's not just cold calling, it's not generating leads, but it's good quality referrals. And you will not refer someone that you don't know, like, and trust. Everybody agree with that? Why? Why is that? It's because you're trusting them with your reputation. I will not refer you if I don't trust you, because I'm afraid that it might not end well. And who are they going to call? They're going to call me and go, I can't believe you referred me to this person. You won't believe what they did. And now are they likely to listen to me again? Do you think they'll trust anyone I send them? Probably not. So the trust is so important when it comes to referrals that whenever I introduce you, I know you're going to make me look good. That person is going to call me and say, oh my goodness, I'm so glad you introduced me to them. I'm so thankful that you made this introduction. And they'll continue to do business with them over and over and over again. So it's all about referrals. Follow up. This is the fortune in what we do here. So let's take tonight, for example. You're going to meet some new people. How many of you already met some new people? All right. How many of you have reconnected with someone you've met before? Again, it's about what happens between the events, right? So the follow-up is in the second section of this event. You met a lot of new people. You had some conversations with people you've met before. But what you will do next is set a future appointment for coffee, for a one-to-one, for a Zoom, so you can nurture the relationship. It's not to sell each other, it's so you can nurture the relationship. And over time, you will find that that person that you're talking to either is going to be a new relationship for you, a new referral partner, or they may need your business, right? And this is where the money comes. So networking is not a short game. It's not the quick fix. Everyone thinks it is. You're going to come to the room, I'm going to make lots of connections, I'm going to sell the room, I'm going to make lots of money. And then we all get frustrated because no one taught us these things. And we get to the room, we pass lots of cards, we have a lot of conversation, and we end up empty-handed and frustrated, and we can't figure out why. And it's because it is all about the relationships, and it is a long game. So the tortoise and the hare. The hare has all the abilities, right? Super fast, can win this race easily. I think if they told this story today, they'd say the hare has ADHD, because he was very distracted, right? I mean, like checking out the butterflies, checking out the bees, checking out the birds, checking out all the things, distracted by the trees, had all the ability, but the tortoise won the race. And it's because the tortoise was steady Eddie all the way through, right? Stayed the path, stayed consistent, and won the race. It is not the short game. So why do we do it? Why do we do it if it takes so long? It's because once you open up the referral pipeline, it will just continue to flow. So men and women often will network differently. Now, I've been in this industry full time for 19 years. And this is some observation and some listening to other people. Men tend to be hunters when it comes to networking, very transactional, right? They're looking for the quick sell in general terms. So if you ever meet a man in a networking event, they're quick to say, hi, I'm Travis Sims, I'm the CEO, I've written 2 books, and here's why you should buy from me, right? Anybody ever experienced this, ladies? Okay. Women, a lot of times when you start to network with them, they'll say, hi, I'm Lori. They won't even tell you what they do, right? So we can learn from this, how men and women network differently. Men, we don't have to give them the whole resume in the first 60 seconds. Drip it out over time. Women, don't be afraid to brag on yourselves. We brag on our kids easily, right? So don't be afraid to brag on yourself just a little bit. If you're wondering who wins the game, it's usually women. And it's because they're more relational. They're there to have meaningful conversations. It takes them time to get to the business, but once they do, it opens that referral pipeline that we're talking about that continues to flow. So we can all learn from each other when it comes to networking and how we do this. So when you come to an AGC event, the formula is very simple, all right? So you're going to connect at AGC events. You're going to meet new people. You're going to connect at AGC online. So it's not just about this event, but you're going to go to the AGC website. You're going to go to your profile. You're going to log in. You're going to connect to other people that you met here tonight. Like Melissa is our member of the week. I know, it's kind of a big deal, just saying. And so make sure you meet her and get to network with her and get to know her. But if we were not connected, right, I would go to AGC website, and then the next thing I would do is send a connection request. And then we can start a conversation. So Then we're going to connect face to face. We're going to set up that coffee meeting. We're going to set up that Zoom. We're going to connect face to face. We're going to build the relationships. We're going to build the referrals. We're going to build the sale. And here's what I've discovered about any organization that you're networking in, not just AGC. Members love to do business with members. And I'll tell you why. We go to these things and we get in free once or twice, and then we never go back. And we go to the next one, we get in free once or twice, and we never go back. Then we go to the next one, we get in free once or twice, we never go back, and we wonder why we're not getting any referrals, why we're not getting any sales, and it's because we're not invested. Like, choose something and do it well. Choose it. Like, whether it's AGC or something else, find your people and choose that thing and invest in it and invest in yourself. You'll find that members like to do business with members because there's a level of credibility. There's a level of trust. Like, I know I'm going to see you again. Like, I know Baki, I see him at St. Paul, I see him at Minneapolis. I know I'm going to see him again. So my ability to refer him rises, right? My ability to do business rises because of that level of credibility, that level of trust. So members love to do business with members. So with this, I'm going to finish up here with a quote I wrote many, many years ago, and that is, the highest compliment that you can give a business owner or a salesperson is an introduction to your network. Thank you.